In the film Black Swan, the character Nina's mental state is a large theme of the film, and this is enhanced by the director Darren Aronofsky's choices. Initially, viewers experience the factors that contribute to Nina's anxiety, which becomes more disorienting as time progresses. Since the film largely focuses on Nina's decline in mental health, viewers may be led to believe the ultimate purpose of the film is to steer people away from making similar life choices to Nina. In the story, Nina is obsessed with perfecting the role of Black Swan, which eventually leads to a psychotic break and an accidental suicide. Because she dies by striving towards perfection, it can be assumed the message of the film is to avoid this path. The portrayal of her evolving anxiety is strangely beautiful. The audition scene is used in the film to show the effects of how hard Nina works to achieve the role of Swan Queen. In previous moments, we can see Nina rehearsing arm motions, stretching, and vomiting her breakfast. It is in this scene that she reaps the benefits, with the dance instructor stating, "If I was only casting the white swan, it should be yours." However, her struggles are also portrayed. For example, when the camera pans to the different people in the room to show how they have gotten in her head. Her audition is represented as an incredibly stressful moment for Nina. However, it is also beautiful for her. She captures her dance instructor's attention, perfectly dances the white swan, and gains verbal approval from the instructor. Not only that, but the scene is visually appealing, with moody lighting and accents of pink and blue. The audition scene makes me question if the beauty of the film makes the struggles Nina goes through seem beautiful, seeing as though she does well in her audition despite her deteriorating mental health, and the visual appeal of the film despite its dark themes. In fact, aspects of the film as a whole romanticize Nina's mental struggles and fail to steer people away from a similar pursuit of perfection, making viewers question whether this was ever the intention. In the final scene, several stylistic elements point to how Nina is feeling. Before Nina goes on stage to perform the last number, she applies her white swan makeup. When she does this, she wipes away her tears and appears to have an essence of strength on her face. In physically wiping away her tears, she is wiping the pain from herself and accepting her death. Later, Nina falls off the set piece in slow motion. As Nina performs the scene where the white swan kills herself, the moment is elongated and dramatized. At this moment, you can see her face change. Nina is at rest and at peace. While the scene also carries elements of the theme of mental health, it also exposes Black Swan for how it romanticizes mental illnesses. This is seen when Nina lies in her dance instructor's arms after taking her fall. When he realizes that she has a spreading stab wound, she tells him that she finally felt perfect. By portraying Nina as being at peace and triumphant in her pursuit of perfection, despite having a psychotic break, the film is romanticizing the issues Nina was dealing with. This is because, in the end, Nina achieves what she wanted all along. However, to do that, she had to suffer enough to stab herself. By having her finally be at peace after committing suicide, the story is pushing the narrative that death can bring relief to mental illness. This is controversial because oftentimes, severe mental health issues lead to suicidal ideation, the belief that one's struggles will go away if one kills oneself. Additionally, the film encourages the romanticization of mental illness through problems like body image issues and eating disorders. The film is centered around Nina's struggles with paranoid schizophrenia, anxiety, and depression, but through close observation, viewers can infer that she also struggles with eating disorders. This is shown in several scenes. First, when her mother prepares her breakfast, half of a grapefruit and a small egg. This diet is not much, especially to sustain a competitive dancer. This suggests that her mother is encouraging unhealthy eating patterns and may be fueling some form of anorexia. Second, several times, Nina can be seen wiping her face while bent over a toilet, suggesting she has just been throwing up, meaning she exhibits the behavior attributed to bulimia nervosa, another form of eating disorder. From these signs, it is clear that Nina suffers from an eating disorder. However, given the film's societal effects and greater narrative, it is true that this detail was included to steer viewers away from pursuing a path like Nina's. EatingDisordersOnline.com has labeled the movie as eating disorder porn due to its inspiring a Black Swan diet and Black Swan workout plan. These diets came as a response to the actresses' low weights in the film, with Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis being encouraged to lose 20 pounds before filming. Since the actresses were encouraged to lose weight to appeal to the ballerina look, it is obvious that it was a directorial choice for the film to follow an aesthetic that is commonly associated with eating disorders and mental illness, proving that Darren Aronofsky was never attempting to steer viewers away from these issues. The movie was released in the year 2010, at the same time that being unhealthily skinny was being promoted online. with Tumblr icon Kate Moss telling interviewers nothing tastes as good as skinny feels in 2009. This message that being skinny is a triumphant feeling was often displayed in Tumblr posts against aesthetically pleasing photos of models and other beautiful actresses. There were the same people saying their diets consisted of cigarettes and cocaine. These posts might be easily comparable to the cinematography of Black Swan, seeing as though the movie follows a very specific color palette of black, dark blue, and pink, similar to filters that were often placed on pictures of models who promoted unhealthy eating. It is because of these aesthetic the film utilizes that it is used to contribute to eating disorders to this day. It makes people feel their struggles are not relevant if they are not skinny or pretty enough, which may encourage them to starve themselves or purge. On the other hand, people may feel that since they are beautiful, it is okay to feel sad and that they should not seek help for their struggle. As stated previously, Nina's eating disorder is never addressed, it is only implied. Because her eating disorder is not included as one of the stressors that led to Nina's psychotic break, it is not established as a problem. These factors that imply an eating disorder are seen before Nina wins the role of Swan Queen, when she is victorious. Since her disordered behavior is only seen when she was winning, it implies this sort of behavior can lead to happiness and victory, thus continuing the narrative that mental illness is a positive thing because it leads to perfection.